somebody's done you wrong, it's time for you to sing along and call them out, call them out, call them out. You gotta call them out, call them out, call them out. It's time to call them out.
There's a lot of calling out going on right now about the fires in Los Angeles, and it seems like everybody's just kind of trying to cover their own behind right now. If you're looking, everybody's pointing fingers at everybody. You've got the president-elect that's pointing fingers at the governor. He's pointing fingers right back. You've even got the L.A. fire chief. She is kind of railing on the city itself, and she's doing her own little round of call them out. Here's what she had to say.
The fire department needs to be properly funded. We know where our gaps in service are. We know we need 62 new fire stations. We need to double the size of our firefighters. The growth of this city since 1960 has doubled, and we have less fire stations. Since 2010, we've had an increase, doubled our call volume, which is firefighters responding to calls, 55% increase with 68 less firefighters. Our firefighters need to be properly funded so that they can do their jobs.
Okay.
Did the mayor ever end up saying anything? I remember the one reporter, ma'am, do you think that you are doing a bad job? Do you want to step down? And she kept just staring at him. Did she ever address anything?
She never did address that reporter, but she has done some press conferences and talked a bit since. And, yeah, she is taking some heat for leaving the country, at that time. And
well, they told her, they're like, yeah, the conditions are ripe for there to be really bad fires. And she's like, nope, I got to go to Africa.
Yeah.
Like they told her ahead of time.
Yeah, so people are pointing a lot, as what would happen in something like this, people are pointing a lot of fingers at the people who manage the cities in those areas. But like I said, right now they're pointing their fingers back. Now, one text that came in said, my sister is in L.A. in a red flag zone. They, the government, are 100% botching this job. The mayor of L.A. defunded the L.A. Fire Department. Fire hydrants, they're not working. They stopped prescribed burnings. There's not enough firefighters hired. Topanga area did get help for over a day. Many of her friends lost everything. She's okay for now, but the winds keep up. They're going to need to evacuate. So.
Well, remember when that one woman bum rushed the governor and he goes, I'm on the phone with the president right now.
She's like, okay, let me hear your call.
Well, yeah. I can't get a hold of him. So are you on the phone with him? Or can you not get a hold of him?
That woman, it came out about her. She's a lawyer. Yeah. She needs to get her own show.
I can see her being a lawyer.
She could do really well on her own show.
But the other clip, too, that people keep playing is the governor. He kind of shrugs his shoulders and go, it's up to the locals. And they keep playing that clip over and over again, going, well, there's a fire behind you.
It's up to the locals.
And you're saying it's up to the locals.
No. That's not why we pay all these taxes to fund things like the local fire department. I don't have a fire hose.
Yeah.
It's not up to the locals. I have a garden hose.
But the clip is really him shrugging his shoulders going,
yeah.
That's not a good look.
Well, they got to get the fires contained, put out, and then they're going to have to answer some tough questions as they do kind of an audit on what is expected of them to do and did they do their jobs or not. So I assume this will be an investigation. It'll probably take a couple of years to complete. But, yeah, right now things aren't bad. So they've got, I think 24 deaths. They've updated it, and they think that number is still going to be way small because 16 people are still missing.
Yeah, they haven't been able to go, house to house in the rubble, the burnt out houses where there sadly might still be people because there are a lot of people missing.
Mm-hmm. And the looting's bad as well on top of everything else. They're saying it's bad.
They arrested a guy who was looting dressed as a firefighter.
I mean, that's just
some
scummy stuff.
You are the lowest of the low if you're doing that. And unfortunately, because of that, a lot of residents aren't allowed back into their neighborhoods to see what the damages are because they don't know if they're legit or not.
And there's so much chaos, people would believe that. You could trick so many people doing that.
Totally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So a lot of call-em-outs going on there. Somebody else texted in. They said, after driving 4 hours and waiting in line for 2 hours to see my daughter's performance, I entered the ballroom, and there are people whom, yes, they were in line in front of me, but they decided that they were going to hold entire rows of 25 seats for their friends and family who were not waiting in line.
Oh, no.
And these are the best seats, dead center. There's even a lady that was holding 2 rows by herself. Come on. Now, you can maybe save 2, 3, maybe I'll give you 5, but whole rows?
Oh, you can only save seats where your purse or your jacket or
Right.
just like your immediate seats around you. Beyond that, a whole row, lady, get a grip.
Yeah, I think there's got to be a limit on how many seats you can save. Not cool. Another thing here, too, somebody's saying just kind of a little tip. I was waiting on a group for 3 hours with over an $800 tab during the holidays, and my manager cut me loose. He said, yeah, you can go ahead and go home. We're going to put somebody else in on it. Be like, well, yeah, I've been waiting on these people, though, and they're at $800. I really could use this extra money. And he said, nope, sorry, got to bounce.
Oh my gosh.
And she was scurried out the door. And kind of the note from this 27-year-old is that if you ever notice that and you're at a bar for a while and you have one bartender and they mention that they need to leave, if you can, cash out, give them the tip, and then start over with somebody new that will earn their tip. But in a sense, they're getting the tip that I worked for 3 hours for.
What a shady thing. Now, did the manager then take that table?
I think it was they gave it to another server. And they were like, hey, let me just finish out until they're done. And they said, no, we got to get you home and need to get this other person up. So
Yeah, as the patron in that moment, you have a lot of power. When
Yeah.
you realize that that's going on and that your server who's been helping you all night is about to be given the shaft by a shady manager who's probably sleeping with that other waitress, by the way, you can step in and say, no, I want to close my tab right now and give her the tip, and then we can start a new tab for this new girl that you're hitting it with in the cooler.
Oh, the manager's definitely sleeping with the other girl.
Definitely.
definitely.
100%, Kevin.
Yep. 100%, no doubt.
No
I'll
doubt.
go 99.9 because nothing is foolproof. But oh yeah, the manager's hitting
10
it.
out of 10 managers.
All these restaurants, everyone's sleeping with everybody, Kev.
This person's doing a call them out to the early morning runners who dress in all black and then don't really observe the traffic laws and decide to dart out in front of cars.
Oh my gosh. I almost hit a guy one time. He's running in the street and there's a sidewalk and the road was like curvy. He's wearing all black and I was coming to work, so it was dark outside. And I'm like, dude, you're in the middle of the road on a curvy road. I came around the bend and then all of a sudden he's right in front of my car. I had to slam on the brakes.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of traffic mishap stuff happening. I want to call out, just in case you don't know, if you're in the left-hand turn lane, you can't make a right turn by driving in front of another car that's going straight. Just to let you know, an old guy did it to me the other day. And of course, it's right when my wife's like, hey, look at that. And she points to something. So I turn my head to see what she's pointing at just as this guy decides, yeah, I'm in the left-hand turn lane, but I want to make a right-hand turn, and drove right in front of my car. I'm like, oh, slammed on the brakes. Thank God we didn't have an accident. But yeah, don't do that. That's not good. And I got to another thing that I'd like to call out. I don't know how this is normally done, but you always have to go in to get mammograms and go to the gyno and all those kind of things, Virginia.
Yes.
So I don't know if it's standard, but here's just my thought. If it is a Saturday morning and you're not going to be open again until Monday, don't send a text to somebody that you need to talk to them pretty quick about their test results.
Oh.
My wife got that text on Saturday morning, and it wrecked her weekend.
So what exactly did it say?
It just said, we need to talk to you about your results. They
And
can't-
now she had to wait
Please-
until today?
Please call us at your earliest convenience on Monday.
P.S. Have a great weekend.
Yes, this is 48 hours before she's able to make a call. And so for 48 hours, she's just been kind of
Okay,
wrecked.
that is the most terrible bedside manner that I have ever heard of. How embarrassing.
We need to talk to you about your results. But gotta wait 48 hours. That is brutal.
That's why
she
don't
needs
do
to
that.
say something to the doctor when she goes to get these results.
What are you doing?
What
Yeah.
are you doing? What is the training protocol here in this office that you would have somebody call me and leave me that message on Saturday so that I have to stretch
First thing Saturday morning, it was just,
stress all weekend?
right.
Not only with doctors, anybody that sends that weird, ambiguous text that it could be either a great text message or your whole family is dead kind of text message. Just give me the details, please. Let me
Right.
know. We need to talk about something. Well, what do we need to talk about? What
If
just
you
tell
send
me
that
what
kind
it
of text,
is.
you have to be available right then and there. You can't be available in 48 hours.
1000% agree.
Yeah. So that's just kind of my note to anybody else who sends out those kind of messages. Saturday morning's not the time. You can schedule text now.
Well, you can also just reach out on Monday.
Right. Exactly.
When
That's what I'm
you
saying.
have all the information in front of you, you don't have to. Why is anybody doing that on Saturday?
The other thing, too, is I want to call out, and I've said it before, and it really is a problem. When you're at the doctor's office and you're in another room, if you are the medical practitioner or whatever, try to keep it down. I heard every ailment that was wrong with this one woman, and if I can hear what they're talking about in that room, they can hear what they're saying to me. I want people to know about my medical stuff.
Thin medical walls.
I mean, dude, there was so much stuff
Yeah.
wrong with this woman. I go, oh my God, that poor lady. I know everything now. I can hear everything clear as day. I don't want to know what's wrong with your privates, your innards, your butt.
Okay. Just a couple little handy hints there for you.
This is how we do. It's the KBJ Show.